All right. On the stage now, we've got Jeff Oxford and Kara Gardenhire, both of which are running for a 4-year term on City Council, Ward 4, Position 2. Jeff, I'll pick on you first. If you'd like to come up to the podium, we'll let you start. I called him Mr. Oxford earlier, and he corrected me. So, Jeff, if you would, introduce yourself and let us know why you're running for City Council.
First off, I want to thank the Chamber for putting this on. I think this is a great deal. It's good to see so many people here tonight. I'm Jeff Oxford. I grew up here at Farmington, graduated from Farmington, spent most of my adult life here at Farmington. All 4 of my kids graduated here at Farmington. Kara and I are friends. We grew up together. We used to travel together to go watch Cardinals play baseball. My dad always told me one thing on the farm is you help your neighbor when you need it. You know, when people had hay, getting ready to rain, you had to go help them. That was the thing to do. My dad always taught me that if there's something in the town that you want to see done, or if there's something in the town that you don't agree with, don't just gripe about it. Try to get involved. Try to be someone that's going to make a difference. And that's what I want to do. I love this town. This town is a great town. It's never going to be the same town that it was when Kara and I were small. You know, I remember when the population sign said under 1,000. I remember when we were all excited when the first convenience store come in town. I remember going to the Davises and getting the best homemade sandwiches you could get. This town's never going to be that. But what we do have is a great town with a great school district that everybody wants to come to. And we've got some difficult choices ahead. We've got Prairie Grove to the west of us. You go south, you know, they've taken a lot of that land too. And then Fayetteville to the east and to the north of us, we've got a little bit of room. And I just want to make sure that we're doing the right thing, you know, which I'm not complaining. I think you look at our city budget, you look at what they do, they've done a good job. But I want to help. And so the best way I figure I can help is by throwing my hat in the ring. So.
Thank you, sir. We'll trade spots. Kara, good to have you here. I feel like I should call you Miss Gardenhire. All my kids went to Jerry Pop, and I don't want to go to the principal's office. So
No.
I will ask you the same question. Why are you running for city council?
Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Clayton. He's been coordinating some and the rest of the chamber. Why? A lot of my why is the same that Jeff had to say. The why. We're here. I've thought night after night, what can I say that's a little bit different? That this is where I'm from. This is where my heart is. I look out in the crowd of the ones who are here right now, and y'all have raised me. This community has raised me, and you're still raising me. I take it to heart. It means so much to me, and basically that's why I'm running. I want to see our future, our kids that are at school right now. This is their future. What can we offer them and continue to help and guide them so that we can continue to raise them? So, thank you.
And don't run off. I'm going to ask you a
get the next
follow-up
one.
question.
Okay.
Second question, what do you see as the biggest issue facing the Farmington community? And if elected, how would you plan to address that issue?
I think as we've been listening to all the candidates throughout, growth. Growth is huge. All of Northwest Arkansas is facing growth. What can we do to manage it? We have to think about our transportation. If those of you on Facebook, you see it every day, they complain about the traffic. What about the roads? About 170? What can we do and how can we help? That's why I want to serve. I don't have the answers for it all, but I'm willing to fight and do what I can. When we talk about the role that I have every day, they say that we make about 1,500 decisions every single day. Many of them are small, but many of them are big. And a lot of times we have to continue those decisions into days and weeks and sometimes months. But the thing is we have to research and find what's best. We also have to listen to our community and the people around us and remember that we're serving them in this role. So really the growth, we have our fire department, Bill's sitting back there. Wow. The fire department is just growing, and it's great to see. I have a lot of family members who have been firemen over the years, so I take note of that. It's great. The city has supported them. I love that we have on staff. I love seeing them out. I love to see their truck out. The police, I love the support that they're given. I love the support that they provide our schools day in and day out, because it makes us feel better, our kids feel safer, and our community feels safer. So thank you. So those are our challenges that we have to keep on supporting, keep on giving, and doing what we can for everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeff, I'll ask you the same question. What do you see as the biggest issue facing us here in Farmington? And if elected, how would you plan to address it?
Well, of course, everybody's going to agree it's growth. I mean, that's going to be number one factor in everything. There's one thing I want to kind of talk about a little different. We got to figure out, as Farmington grows, how we provide services to everybody that's coming in, a good quality service, but do it in a responsible way with your tax dollars. We got to be sure that everybody's getting good police service, good fire protection. It's all about response time. I always joke with people, response time. I say response time. It didn't matter. When I worked at Tyson and I talked to those folks that worked for me, we'd always talk about response time. And people want to feel safe. They want to feel safe in their neighborhood. I feel safe in Farmington. I've always felt safe in Farmington. I think our police department does a great job. But there's always rooms for improvement. It doesn't matter what group it is. Growth is going to play an important impact. And not only just the growth as far as, hey, where are we going to let them build at? What are we going to build there? We got to be sure that we're budgeting enough funds that when we're just say there's 300 homes coming in somewhere, we're budgeting enough funds that the police department is going to have enough money to be able to cover that extra 300 homes. The fire department. So there's a lot of different things that come with growth. And you can't just think of rooftops and infrastructure. But we've got, you got a planning commission in place, and as long as they're following the rules set forth, then, we should be in pretty good shape, but growth is going to be the one that we're going to really have to look for.
Yes, sir. I've got another question for you while you're standing here. What do you think sets you apart as the best candidate for this council seat?
That's a terrible question, man. I mean, the best candidate. Kara's my friend, I think Kara do a great job, too. This is a beautiful building you're sitting in right here. This high school is a beautiful high school. The school district is a great school district. The school district is the largest employer in this town, just roughly 300. I think my last year on the school board, I was on the school board for 19 and a half years. My last year on the school board, I think there was 297 employees in this school district, a school budget of about $22.5 million. Around the city right now, I think there's about 45 employees, and school budget, or the city budget I looked at last time, is about a little over $6 million. As a school board member, I did not reach into every day-to-day activity. But what I did do is I sat there and approved a budget. And I let the people that was responsible for their departments do their job. And I set policies, approved policies or denied policies, whatever we could do to help the school district, to help Kara at her building, to help over here at this building over here, to help Clayton at the high school. And that's our job. That's the city council's job, to put stuff in place to help the police department do their job, to help the fire department do their job. And $22 million versus a $6 million budget, it's, there's a little bit of a dollar thing, but it's the same deal at the end of the day. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm the best candidate. I'm going to tell you, just like Kara, I want to do the job. So I hope that you can see either way here and what way the community needs to go. But I really want to do this, and I appreciate your vote.
Thank you, sir. Carol, I'll bring you back up and ask you the same terrible question.
No.
What makes you the best candidate for this council seat?
I think that might have been the biggest elephant in the room since this has all started. So Jeff and I see each other frequently, and we just smile and wave, which is what we've always done and will continue to do. I don't really feel like I'm going to say that he's my opponent. We're going to continue to work together and do whatever it is for this community. You could draw a little line right through there, and that would separate us, but that's not the way the lines were drawn. So we've ended up in the same one, and we both have a lot of interest in our community and wanting to do what's best. When I think about it, why the best candidate? We've heard it. It's in my heart. I'm here. Just being a good problem solver. And one of the biggest things is I want to make it known that I know you want to be heard, and I want to listen to you, and continue to push forward, making it the best community that we can. We've all, many of you, once again, seen it in this room. Farmington's not the same. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's just not the same. And we have to embrace that and move forward and do everything we possibly can. And once again, just problem solving and listening and doing the best that we can do.
Great.
Thank
I've
you.
got one last question for you.
Yep.
Are there any specific platform points or other things that you would like the voters to know, or anything additional to share?
Mainly, I think I've said most of it, just being a good listener, responding to the calls, the comments. Your thoughts and ideas are important. I want to represent you. The research shows that having good memories in your childhood, you always are going to come back to that, which hence probably why we're all still here, because we had such good childhood memories, and it was very special to us, which is why we want to continue to keep it special to us. So reaching down to even the youngest of our school-age children, our young adults, what is it that we can do for them? We don't have a town square, which we've all talked about that. Every town around us kind of has a square, but what can we do? What can we continue to develop? Our Friday night football games in our arena, the band leading our Christmas parade. Those are the types of things that our community and our kids are going to remember and think back to. So what can we create? I want to be a part of that, the things that we can create so that people will continue to want to return and stay here and build a great community. So thank you. Appreciate your vote. It's coming
Thank
up
you.
soon.
And Jeff, I'll bring you back up and ask the same question in closing. Are there any specific points of your platform or other things that you would like the voters to know?
Can I just use what she said? Just
It wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, so, I want to say this. You go back in time, and, I watched my daddy. Sometimes he vote Democrat, sometimes he vote Republican. And I'd like to get back to kind of a time where it doesn't matter what you are, man. You vote, you vote and you do what's right. Don't matter who you are. Sometimes Kara and I don't agree on political views, but the thing are, we friends, we can still talk about it. And the thing is, most everybody on the board, I've seen some council meetings, and I look forward to that. I can work with them, but I don't want this town to turn into another just big town where if you see somebody and you say, you know what, they're in a different political party than me, then I don't want to talk to them, because that's not this town. It's not the town we grew up in. And there used to be a time, you stop by, you'd see somebody driving down the road or see somebody had a flat, you'd stop and change, you'd help them. That's what Farmington's known for. I'll go back to the times when I worked at Tyson. I cannot tell you the number of times I got a call from corporate, somebody asking me, hey, we've got somebody moving in, coming to corporate office, and they really want to get in Farmington School District. Can you help? And that always gave me a sense of pride that people wanted to come to Farmington, that this was a destination place. And so I want to take that pride, and I want to put that pride to work for you. So I appreciate everybody's vote. Thank you.
Thank you. Our candidates for City Council, Ward 4, Position 2, Jeff Oxford, Karen Gardenhire.